Alrighty, are we live? Yes, we are. Oh my gosh, what if I told you that there are 85 ways to win or lose at the game of craps? We're going to discuss every bet on the craps table. We're going to do it right now.
Welcome to the Color Up Podcast. Whether you're a seasoned player or a beginner eager to step up to the table, this is your lucky podcast that's all about the thrill and strategy of the casino world. I'm your host, Jeremy. With me is Jim the Professor. Let's get rolling.
All right,
I love the toss. Yeah, I love the toss there. You did a roll, I did the toss. So that was good.
Yeah, 85 or give or take a few.
Give or take. We're easy over here. We're easy. We're not demonstrative. It's a lot of things in life. It's interpretation.
Yeah.
Right?
The bottom line is there's a lot. There's a lot of bets.
Plenty. Right? We can make it complicated. We can make it simple. So.
Yeah, we'll decide. I guess because some of these we might go a little more in depth. Some maybe we'll just kind of brush over. I don't know. We'll just kind of feel it out and see how that goes. But
play it by ear.
Yeah, and then at the end of the episode, we'll go to our monster roll where we get to our viewers' live questions, and we'll answer some of those. And
that's where your knowledge will be of great value to the
test.
Listeners. Yeah, put to the test. Yeah. Great value over there. So how were you doing this week? Did you have a good week?
Yeah, good week. You might be able to hear it in my voice. I'm a little froggy. I went to Kansas to babysit my grandson.
Ooh.
Yeah, and there I think between the weather change, it was like negative something degrees there.
Mm.
And here in Reno, it's pretty nice. It's like 40 and sunny. But, the weather change and, who knows, all the people hacking and sick on the airplane that you're stuck with. And
Right.
Between all that, I'm a little under the weather. But other than that, yeah, it was a great week. Get to see the kid. The little guy is always a blast. So
okay. So you had some time with the grandson there. So that's awesome.
Yeah, he's
very
a toddler.
Good.
Between 2 and 3. So he's just like nonstop until he falls asleep, right? Takes his nap or whatever. But,
feed him and then do it again.
Yeah, you just chase him around, so it's fun. What about you? How was your week?
It was a good week. No complaints. Just rolling along. We've got a holiday tomorrow, and so that's nice. So, if we need to go Joe Rogan, if your voice lasts that long, we can definitely do that. Okay. Joe Rogan, don't forget we're going after you. And by the way, Jeremy, don't forget we're powered by Sports Grid. And you can check us out on any of your podcasts. All of them. We're out there. Oh, yeah. Very cool.
Catch us live here on YouTube.
Yeah. And you like the new Color Up.
You got a new shirt?
Got 2 new shirts from the colorup.club shop there this week. So did some shopping. So getting ready for DiceCon.
All right.
And I did see you did a little work this week or polling some people on some ideas and thoughts of DiceCon, which is coming up in June.
Yeah, I got to get all of the things finalized. So
yeah, for our club members.
Club member
That's
event
right.
As a get together in Vegas once a year. So yep,
absolutely
good.
So awesome. So you ready to dive in?
I mean, I guess so. I don't.
Can I give the people the genesis of tonight's video title?
Yeah, please do.
All right. So for those of you who don't know, we have a Discord channel that the Color Up Club members are a part of, and for some reason, there was a bet that was, I think it was 85 Bears Mike. And again, Mike, this is the reason for the title, and ChatGPT confirmed it. But Mike said something about a bet I had never heard of or a method that he talked about somebody taking the don't pass bet and then switching it over to the pass line. Now, I've heard of people taking down their don't pass because they're scared of the 6 or they're scared of the 8, that kind of thing. But I've never heard anybody just switching teams in the middle of the roll like that. And I said, man, I never even heard of that. And then he said, yeah, I'd like to know every kind of way to play. I think we need to do it, and it would be a nice episode title. And I said, you know what? I'm down with it. I'm ready to do the math, and I got my table over here, and I started to get my pen out, and then here comes Mr. Color Up, who's in tune with Discord at all times, and he says, hey guys, this video of mine might be able to help out. And what was that one titled, Jeremy?
I don't know how.
Hold on, I'll tell you. How many different
Yeah.
bets on craps? So if
Yeah.
you Google Color Up, how many different bets on craps, you will get his official take on that. And that was certainly a good starting point. And I watched the video, read all the comments, and but then there was some gray areas. And the more I thought about it, this might be a really good topic for tonight's event. So
Yeah, it gets complicated once you get into some of the minutia.
the minutia.
Yeah. So what do you think about the moving the don't pass to the pass?
I would not recommend
You
it.
want to talk about it now or?
Yeah, we can. Okay, so 85 Bears Mike, one of our great guys, and he might jump in tonight. I don't know. We ducked the Super Bowl last week, but we got the Super Bowl of NASCAR going on right now behind me
Yeah,
with
now
a
you're
bunch
dating
of
the
rain
podcast,
delays.
but-
They're about halfway through. But anyway, yeah, after you've taken the risk, you're a 2-to-1 disadvantage
Yeah.
on the first roll of the dice when
the
you make a don't
right.
pass. Yep. And then after that, no matter which number it travels to, you're going to be a favorite, and could be
if you leave it there.
If you leave it there, you can
That's
be.
the reason you make the bet because one roll you're a big underdog, but after that you're the favorite.
Boom.
You should win. You should.
You're
win the bet.
flexing. Yeah, you should win, and that's the great thing about it. And whether you travel to, if you go to a 4, you're 2-to-1 advantage, right? But
5 and 9,
some
you're 3 to
people
2,
3-to-2, yeah. But some people get
6 to 5.
scared, and at 6-to-5, or they're just scared of that. And some people do it. But anyway, Mike was saying, hey, switch it from the don't pass to the pass. And I was thinking mathematically, probably not the strongest move.
Very terrible. So you're going from disadvantage to disadvantage. Like at no point would you have the advantage. So that makes zero sense to do. So what I tell people is if you're a don't player and you get a number you don't like, the 5 or 6. So typically a lot of players will go like no bet or they'll remove it. You're allowed to remove it. Don't.
Right.
And the casino lets you remove it because you're the favorite now. So if you want to remove your favorited bet, they're like, go ahead. Right. It goes to the 5 or 6. If you don't like it, let's say you have a $15 don't pass, just make a $15, or $18. Even if you round down and they don't pay you properly, still you're better off just making a place bet on the 6 or 8, right? Just make an equivalent size bet. And then that way, if the place bet hits, you win a little bit. And if the don't, rolls, then you're fine either way.
Yeah, it's a wash. Yeah.
It's a wash. So, but just never, I've made a video on this, never remove your don't pass or don't come bets.
Okay.
So that's one issue. But to go from don't pass and then move it then to the pass, it doesn't make any sense because you're moving to a bet that gets paid 1-to-1. Now, technically, this is called a put bet, and we'll get into that in the list. But you don't have to wait for the don't. You could just go pick any number and go, I want to put my bet
Money.
directly
That's
on it.
right.
It's like a come bet,
Right.
So by moving it to the pass line after there's a point established, you're technically making a put bet. And the only reason you would do that is to pile on the odds.
Right.
But unless I don't know where the break-even point is. I think it's like between 10 and 15 in odds. And guess what? Most casinos don't have that.
And that's a lot of money.
Now, if you're at 100 times table or 20 times, a put bet actually makes sense. But it's just a bad move after the point is on to then make a put bet on a number if you're doing, let's say, less than 10 times odds. Right? It's probably safer to say less than 20 times odds. I think is where the math breaks down. So,
all right. So that's the genesis of the bet and the genesis of tonight's episode title.
Because it is interesting because it's like, a standard bet but you can move it. I mean, if you wanted to.
The other thing I don't like about it is when you switch it to the pass line, at least on that first roll, you're the 2-to-1 advantage. You have the 2-to-1 advantage.
You started on the pass line.
Yeah, and you could get, and even if you had come bets up there like I play, and you don't want the 7 to roll, say it's the first bet or whatever, that 11 that yo's on your side. So you've got some opportunities there too, but you just eliminate that and just like you said, go from that to an even paying bet, and it's just like,
Yeah.
Nah,
It's not a good move. It's not a knowledgeable.
unless it
player,
was
you
in
know.
a even it now. I can't even think of a system where that.
I
Would
mean,
make
if you
any
could see the
sense.
future and knew that, so you're on the don't, the point becomes a 5, and you're like, I know a 5's going to roll, so you move it to the past, pile on the odds, and then the 5 rolls. Hey, then you look like a genius.
Yeah.
But we can't see the future, and mathematically, it's all bad. So there's other options. Just make a place bet. That's going to pay you more until you get to 5 times odds, and then
Right.
after that, But don't give up that advantage on
No.
the first roll if
No,
you're
no,
going to
no.
bet with the numbers. So,
Yeah.
yeah.
Makes sense. Makes
Yeah.
sense. All right. So that's the history and background. And now we're charging straight into the bets. And if you want to keep track, and I know we've got a few people commenting, and again, we'll get to all the comments on the in the monster roll. So let's get going here. So first off are going to be the standard bets, and this is going to be the first one the dealer suggests at the table, and that is bet number 1, which is the pass line, right?
Yep.
That's the most. And if you're going to shoot, you're going to have to make a line bet, not necessarily on that line, but you'll have a choice between that line and the second bet, which would be the don't pass line. Do you think we need to, for the beginners, tell them what the difference is on those?
It's what the game revolves around, right? So, pass line, the first roll is called the come out roll.
Mm-hmm.
So you win with a 7-11, lose with 2, 3, and 12. That's going to happen 33% of the time, third of the time. And then any other number are the box numbers. So that's when you establish a point: 4, 5, 6, 8, 9, or 10.
Mm-hmm.
And so that's the pass line. That's how the game works. And then the opposite is the don't pass. So you lose with a 7-11 on that come out roll, and then you win with the 2 or 3, and then they bar the
12's a
So
push, yeah. 12's a push.
Well, here in Northern Nevada, some casinos it's 2. 2's a push, but
oh, okay.
same
Yeah,
difference. But yeah, that's just so they maintain their mathematical advantage, because that's what they tend to like.
And then any number that has any other number that rolls the box number gets the point. And if you're on the pass line, you want that point number to roll before Big Red
You
comes,
want
or
the dice
7
to pass. That's what the
to
name
pass.
is. So if you hit the number again for a second time, it's a pass. So you've made a pass. And then the other way, if you're on the don't, if you want the 7 to roll, because that way you don't pass.
Right. So that's what it's called. All right. So we got those. So let's get these next 2 out. Which again, on this list we had this one was come bets, which is essentially the same thing. It's starting the game over again, and then you had the don't come on that one. Do you need to drop anchor on that at all, or you think most
They're
people
the same
are,
bets. You just make them when the game is on. The puck
after
is
you
on,
have a
or-
puck established, point
So
established?
if you're in the middle of the game, you make a come bet. It's essentially the same as a pass line, or you make a don't come bet. It's the same as the don't pass. So
All right. Hey,
same
so
rules
right.
apply. Easy.
We only got 81 more to go right now, right?
Yeah.
So we're knocking them out. Like we're dropping them like MCs at a battle rap concert. All right, here we
Have
go.
you done a battle? I feel like you maybe have done one of these before.
No, I haven't. I do stupid stuff, and I do a lot of rapping, but I've never had the
Not on
opportunity to
stage
do a
yet
battle.
or at a contest.
No,
Yeah.
I've done stupid stuff like that, but I've never been in a contest for rapping. But I do have some rapping skills, but we'll get to that. That's another episode.
Mm-hmm.
All right, moving along though. The next one are the most common. I think they're the most common ones, which are the place bets. So you want to talk about those for a second, and they're basically what? The box numbers.
Yeah. So you're placing a bet directly on whatever number you want. So 4, 5, 6, 8, 9, or 10.
And those bets, you can do what with those?
Anything you
Take them
want.
down, right?
Take them down. You can lower them, raise them.
Take
come
a
and
bet
press.
off, or take a one roll only, right?
Yeah, one
Shut 'em down.
One roll, many roll. The nice thing is they stay up there. They're not one roll bets, so they will stay there until there's a 7 out, not a come out 7, but a 7 out.
Okay.
So that's what's nice about them. They just stay there. It's not like a roulette. You pick. Let's say you pick 4, 5, 6, 8, 9, and 10. You make those bets. They're one roll, one spin
right.
bets.
One spin of the marble.
On craps, they will stay up there over and over and over and over and over until the dice finally 7 out. So that's kind of what's cool about craps.
All right, so that's numbers 5 through 10 if you're keeping score at home, and that was the 4, 5, 6, 8, 9, and 10. And then on our list we had buy bets. You want to explain the difference between a place bet and a buy bet?
It's tricky terminology.
Okay.
Because they work the same. The difference is they pay better in situations.
Buy bets do.
Buy bets do. So I don't know how you want to count this because, okay, so 4 and 10, you always want to buy instead of place.
Right.
If the casino will let you. Because some won't allow you at $10, but even at $10, it's a better deal for you.
Okay.
Once you get to $20, all casinos will let you buy the 4 and 10. So essentially, instead of getting paid 9 to 5, you get paid 10 to 5 minus 5%, a $1 vig. So it's just always better to buy the 4 and 10. And if you're on like an electronic machine, always buy.
Okay.
The 5 and 9 is a little trickier. If you have to make your bet and put that 5% commission up front, the vig up front, when you make the bet, don't do it. It's a bad
Don't do
bet.
it. Okay.
But there are places like Biloxi's, real popular, where they don't collect that 5% unless you win the bet. So in that case, buy the 5 and 9.
Okay.
Same with electronic tables. Always buy 4, 5, 9, and 10. Just, bubble machines, electronic.
No matter the amount. Okay.
$1. It's just going to be better to buy. You'll see it's like a few pennies difference, but it's a difference. So those numbers you want to buy. The 6 and 8, mathematically, it never makes sense to buy.
No matter the amount. Never do
No
it.
matter the amount, no matter when the vig is, just never do it. So I don't know if you want to count that. And I don't know.
I got to get to
casinos will allow
85. I got to get to 85.
Well, you can count them if you want, but
Yeah,
I don't
okay.
know that many casinos will even allow a buy bet on the 6 and 8. Just they may look at you funny or something. I don't know. It doesn't.
They might say no action or
Yeah,
whatever.
I don't know. It's not a thing. So you would never buy. Now on the bubble machine, I think it'll let you, but you
Whoa.
wouldn't want to do it. So you want to go bye, place, bye if you're covering all the numbers.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, so those are buy bets. So, but they act the same. You're betting on the number to roll before the 7, and they stay up there until either it rolls or the 7.
All right, so that's 11 through 16 if we count the 6 and 8. So now we move into the topic of lay bets. Lay. What is a lay bet?
You're betting against the number.
Okay. And what does that what does that mean? You're betting against it.
Well,
you don't want that number to roll.
You don't want that number to roll. So if you were to make a lay bet against the 5, you want the 7 to roll that 5. If the 5 rolls, you're going to lose that bet. So you're betting against.
So you only lose if the number rolls.
Yep.
And you only win if 7 rolls before that number.
Right. Okay. So the nice thing is you always have the advantage because there's 6 ways to roll a 7. There's the most combos. So anytime you make a lay bet, you're the favorite.
Well, why wouldn't we do that all the time? What's the problem with lay bets?
Well, mathematically they break it down and they charge you like a buy bet, a 5% vig to make that bet. And so they twist the math a little bit. So no matter what, even when you're winning, you're losing a little bit because they don't pay you. They're taking a 5% cut of what you should be paid. So,
but mathematically, it is technically a little bit better than the buy bets, correct?
Certain numbers are a little bit lower house edge. Yeah.
Okay. All right. So, do you recommend lay bets?
Sure. You'll see most people will make lay bets on the 4 and 10. But it doesn't really matter because it's based off of true odds. So you're the 2-to-1 favorite if you make a lay bet on the 10, but that means you only get paid 1 to 2. So if you make a $100 bet,
there we go. That's what
you're
I was
only
kind
going
of
to get
getting
paid
at.
50. So that's where people are like, ooh, I don't
You're
want to
paying-
make
You're wagering twice as much to win half as much.
on the 4 and 10. Yeah, because you're twice the favorite, so you only get paid half as much. So that's why
But
people wouldn't want to make it.
On the buy bet,
And that
there's
5%.
more.
So you
Yeah,
get
and
paid
the
half,
5%.
and that 5% they take too. So.
And on the buy bets, if you're betting 50, you're paying the $5 big, $2 big, $2 big, right?
Right. Depending
And
on
then-
how the casinos run
Depend,
it.
yeah. And if you're doing it on the back end, you will get paid $100
Yeah.
for the $2.
Because you're the 2-1 underdog, so now you get
Right.
paid twice as much if you hit it. So you can almost consider buy bets and lay bets opposite.
Okay.
So you're
Very
betting
good.
with or against the number. They pay you the true odds of that happening minus 5%.
Now, this is getting into the next group of bets, which are bets, 23 through 28, technically. And these are the put bets. And we
Well,
kind of
before you
made
get to
reference.
that-
Oh, go ahead. There's more.
I think we can go higher because like buy bet and lay bet are opposite.
Yeah.
There's place bets, and in some places, jurisdictions and bubble machines, there are place to lose bets.
Now, I knew you were going to bring this up because I saw it in the video, and I was hoping you wouldn't because I've never seen it. I don't know.
Yeah, you'll see them on bubble machines a lot.
Okay. So give us the
And
color up. Coach
I don't
us up
think
on this.
any table in America you will see it.
That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, I know in Australia they do, and on like the bubble machines, it's pretty common actually. You'll see a spot for a place to lose, and it's exactly the opposite of a place bet. You're placing the number to lose. So you're betting. You're hoping the 7 rolls before, and the odds are inverse. So on the 6 and 8 place bet, what do you know the odds to pay off?
7 to 6,
7
right?
to 6.
Yeah.
So when you place to lose, it's the opposite. You place 7 to win back 6.
Okay. So it's kind of like a lay bet, right? Or no?
Yeah. It's because you're betting with the 7.
Mhm.
It's just there's not a 5% commission. It's like already factored into the payout. So
Oh, okay. So the house edge is built
it's
into
already
that.
built in, just like it is. With
Okay,
place bet.
I
It's-
understand what you're saying
Yeah.
now.
It's
Okay.
built in. So the 5 and 9, the payoff is 7 to 5. There
Right.
you have to bet 7 to win back 5. The 4 and
4
10,
and 10.
is 9 to 5 payoff, but
Right.
you have to bet 9 to win back 5. You're
Okay.
you're the favorite, so you get paid less.
So you've seen it on bubble crap machines.
Mhm.
Wow. Okay,
Yeah.
I've never.
Yeah, very
I don't.
common.
I haven't played a lot of bubble craps, but I definitely
high
wouldn't.
roller.
Yeah, I'm not a high roller, but I haven't even noticed it on there as an option. But yeah, we need to.
And I don't
if
know the
added
house
that one
edge
in.
on those because they're not. I'm not real studied up on them. But I imagine that the lay bets are going to be your better option. I could be
Okay.
wrong, but I don't know for sure as far as house edge goes wise.
I've never seen anything on the internet explaining the house edge on that. I've never even seen it mentioned. But I will be doing some
It'll
homework
give you
after the
something to
show.
look up because it is a real thing. Believe
It's
it or
a
not.
thing. Okay, so we might have a few more than 85, but Mike with 85 bears, I'm sticking to it as Jeremy.
Yeah, that would add
hits the cough
six
button.
more essentially.
Six
yeah.
more. Okay. So now we're getting over to the put bets, which would be bets 23 through 28. And what is a put bet and what are we talking about when you hear it? What's the difference between a put bet and a place bet?
The payoff. So you get to choose your number,
Okay.
but it acts more like a come bet. So you choose your number, and then, I guess you could do it with no odds, but again, that would make no mathematical
no sense. Yeah.
Because you'd only get paid 1-to-1. You wouldn't want to put on a 5 and get paid 1-to-1 when you could place on a 5
yeah.
and get paid 7 to 5.
Mm-hmm.
So the only reason to do it is if you want to add odds, and like I said, I think it's like you need 20 times odds or more.
Okay.
So very rare occasion. But the reason it would come into play is if you are at a place that does 20 times odds or more or 100 times.
Mm-hmm.
Or let's say you're at table limit. Let's say you're on the place bet and it's maxed out. You're at 500.
You
or
pressed
1,000,
up or whatever, yeah.
and you want to put more money. It is technically a secondary bet, so you could make a place bet and a put bet if you wanted to get more money on that number.
Wow.
But yeah, it's I would classify it like as a come bet without the come out roll. So you're bypassing that first advantage roll.
Mm-hmm.
So mathematically, it doesn't make sense until you get 20 times odds.
Yeah. And plus you forego the possibility of the 11. Of course, you're avoiding the risk, though, of
2, 3,
the 7,
12,
too.
yeah. There was a YouTuber who was on, I think he was called the Road Gambler.
Yes.
Yeah, and
Yes.
he lasted for like a year or two, and I don't know where he went, but he was famous for doing
Put bets.
like a $5 or $10 bet and then 100 times odds, and he would choose his numbers.
Oh my
and
gosh.
would
Yeah, it
put
was
directly on the number. So
Yeah,
mathematically, at that point, it made sense, and it was a wild ride, right?
Yeah, I love watching those videos when he
Yeah.
would do that.
Mhm.
Yeah. All right, so that's we're what 28.
Most,
so
most of us mortal people, though, it's not gonna
can't do it. Yeah, it's not part of
20
our
times odds,
bankroll.
And again, I'm saying 20, but I think the breakdown is like somewhere 15-ish or something.
20,
like that.
yeah.
I don't remember, but it's
Okay.
safe to say you got to be at least 20 times.
Which is on a $10 or $15
yeah.
table, you do the math. Yeah.
Yeah.
It gets out of hand in a hurry.
Significant.
Yes. All right, so that's the multi-roll bets that we had, I think was the category. Now
Okay.
we were switching over to one roll bets, right?
Yeah.
And number 29 was the any craps roll. What is a one roll bet called any craps? What is that?
Well, let me first back up and
Oh,
say,
back
so craps table is great. So most of the bets we've covered now, pretty good bets. They're all at least under 5%, and most of them are 1% or less.
Mm-hmm.
That's pretty good in a casino. Now you get to these one roll bets, and this is what's funny about a crap table. You can have some of the best bets in the whole casino and also some of the very worst.
Okay.
Now, when we go to this, we're jumping to this section. A lot of these fall under the very worst bets in the casino. We're talking, what do I mean by that? I mean, like house edge that's higher, or your expected loss is greater than even slot machines.
Yes.
So this is, you're playing for jackpots here when we get into this conversation.
And where do we find most of those a lot of times, Jeremy? Where are these bets
Center of
located
the
on the
table.
table? In the center.
Not all, most of them, yeah. But yeah, typically they're called proposition bets or center bets.
Okay. So and these are, for the most part, one roll bets. For the
There's
most
a couple
part.
exceptions, but yeah,
Yeah.
almost all of them are one roll.
So let's, with that being said, let's talk about the any craps. Is it, first off, that's a one roll bet, and define what the craps numbers are.
Well, you might know this from the pass or the don't pass, but the craps numbers, when you roll a 2, 3, and 12, those are called craps.
Right.
So like the pass line, you win with the 7-11, you lose with 2, 3, and 12, and those are craps.
Mm-hmm.
So a lot of people, this is real common, is they make a pass line bet, let's just say $10.
Okay.
And now they can make an any craps bet to protect that $10. And it pays 7 to 1.
Yeah, that's what I think most of
Yeah.
them.
So between $1 and $2, like you can make like a $1 bet and it would pay 7. So you would lose your $10, your pass line if the 2, 3, or 12 lows, but you'd win back 7. So craps check is a real common term, but a lot of people kind of hedge their pass line with that bet because it covers what loses, the 2, 3, and 12. It's a bet on the 2, 3, and 12. Whatever, any one of them that rolls.
All right. So then the next one after that would be the any 7 roll.
Just,
that one's-
just how it sounds. Any 7 that rolls, you'd win. So you're betting on any 7 that rolls.
And the yo is what?
One roll bet on the yo. Yo is the 11.
11.
So 1,
Why,
11.
why do they say yo instead of 11?
7, 11 sounds similar. That's
Okay.
that's the myth or the tale I'm always told on. 7, 11, I guess they sound the same. So
7,
instead of saying 11, they go yo.
yo.
Or a lot of times you'll hear yo 11.
Yo 11. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So that,
But
what-
yeah,
that-
you need the 11 to roll or you lose the bet. That's
on one particular roll.
You got
just
one shot,
one time.
yeah.
It's like an Eminem rap song. One shot.
Yeah.
Opportunity comes once in a lifetime.
Mm-hmm. So there's 2 combos. So 2 ways to win. And
34 ways
to lose. Right.
On
so you
that
can break
bet.
that down 17. Is that
16s, right? 18s, right? 2 ways out of 36. Two ways to win. 2 18s with 1/9.
Yeah.
1
So
out of 9 chance. Yeah. It's not good.
But they only pay you 15 for it. So that's where that difference
yeah,
is.
so that's the difference in it. Okay. So then aces is exactly that. That's the 2, right?
Yep.
One
Number
roll
2.
bet. Why would anybody on the right mind just make a 1 roll bet on a 2? There's only one way to roll the 2. And you're thinking it's going to be next. Is that
It pays $30. And
Okay.
it's only $1.
okay?
Or
They'll take
some
a
people,
dollar. Okay.
it's only $5. It's only a red chip. And if it
And we
hits,
haven't seen the 2 in a while.
I haven't seen it, so I'll throw it out there, $5 chip, and then bam, $150. It's a
Yeah.
jackpot.
Okay.
Bet,
Jackpot.
In your right mind, that's I don't know, the decipherable. That for you, you would never. No one in the right mind.
Nah.
For other people, hey, I got a shot. I got 1 in 36.
Oh yeah.
I got a shot.
Why not a quarter? Why not a quarter on that?
Yeah.
All right. Ace deuce is a 3, right?
Yeah.
So
Just
2
a roll
way
bet on the 3.
One roll bet on
Either the
3.
2-1 or the 1-2. They're counted.
Okay.
That's one combination. They're counted as one.
And we're working in some lingo in here. Box cars, which is
12.
12, right? And one way, same as the
Same
deuce.
as the 2.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. The 2 and the 12 pay 30-1, even though the chance is 36-1. And the 3 and the 11 only pay 15-1. Yeah.
And how about the C and E bet? You see that on the side? I even
Actually,
have it on the Professor's Palace.
Let me mention one thing. I should.
Okay.
So I just said like the 2 and the 12 pay 30-1.
Right?
Some casinos, you'll see them, instead of writing 30-1, they'll write 31-4-1.
Which is the same thing, right?
It's the same thing. What they do is they'll give you 31 and take away your 1. So they go, but net it's 30. Or if you have 1 and it's 30-1, you have the 1, they leave the 1 and they push 30 to it. So it's 32-1.
Mm-hmm.
Either way, you win 30. But there are some casinos that are a little shady. For instance, I think like
A casino being shady?
yeah, they'll write 34-1, which is 29.
29.
Yeah, that's real ugly.
Okay.
So they're really
All
shooting
right.
you there.
So here we go.
So 2
Now-
and 4 is something you should be on the lookout for.
All right. So C and E bet is what? Craps and the 11.
Yep.
Okay. So
C
that's how
for
many
craps,
numbers? Yeah.
E for 11.
So that's the 2, 3, and 12 plus the 11.
Mm-hmm.
All right. And what do you win on that usually, typically?
Well, it depends how you bet it.
It depends. Yes. It depends.
If you put like $1 on, okay, so there's a shortcut for it, but essentially, if you make a C and E bet combined, you'll get paid 7 times if the 11 shows up, and if the craps numbers show up, you get paid 3 times, whatever your bet is.
Okay.
So
it depends.
but it essentially works out. Okay, it's like an any crap. So the 3 rolls, you get paid 7 to 1 for that bet, but then you lose the 11.
Right.
So
And if you got $3
if you
on
replace
it,
it, you get 6 back essentially.
Okay.
So,
All right. And then we had the horn bet, which some people like you don't consider that necessarily a separate bet. In your video, you did not.
okay.
But I'm trying to get to 85, so I'm going to count it. Tell me again, what's the horn? What's the horn numbers?
It's a combination of the C and E, the 2, 3, 11, and 12. Instead of, saying, hey, give me a 2, give me a 3, give me 11, and a 12, you just say, give me a horn. And it just combines all 4 of the bets.
Boom.
Usually you make it in amounts of $4 just because, put $1 on it. If you want to raise your bet count, you could say real common is to throw in $5. And so you go, okay, well, the bet's $4. I got an extra dollar. So it's a horn high bet. And then you just designate what is the high number. What do you have $2 on? So you go horn high, yo. So $1 on each of the 4 horn numbers, and then an extra dollar on that yo. So that's $5 total. Horn high, yo.
All right. And then this is one I don't remember if we had this
So
one
that would be
on
another
here.
additional bets if you want.
Yeah, and here's another. Yeah, like I said, this whatever one you knock off, I'm going to add another one. How about this one? We got this one, and I knew we got the monster roll coming, but Weary Buyer Ken said, "What about the high-low bet? What's a high-low bet?"
Most commonly it's high and the low. You got to bet on the 12 and the 2.
Okay, and then how do they usually pay those? Do you know?
Well, it pays the winner gets paid 30-1. So here's a good rule of thumb, and most people say if it pays, it stays.
Okay.
So if you were to make a bet on the 2 and the 12, those are 2 separate bets.
Right.
So if the 12 rolls, the 2 would just fall off and lose, and the 12 they would pay you 30, and then leave your winning bet there. If it pays, it stays.
Okay.
And the 2 would just disappear.
So
But
you can
if you
take that 30 off, right?
You
If
could,
want
yeah.
to.
You could say, hey, give me it back, and you'd actually have put 31 back in your pocket. But a high-low bet is you've now combined the bets.
Right.
So what they would do is, okay, you rolled the 12, you get paid 30. It's a $2 bet, right?
$2.
You get paid 30, but you got to replace the loser, so they would only hand you 29 back and say, it paid, it stayed. You have a $2 bet still on the high-low. So essentially paid 29. You still got your high-low in place. But again, you could say, hey, give me my money back, and you got 31 again. So it's like the horn bet. It's just a way to combine it.
All right, now we're getting
High-low.
into high-low.
It's
high-low.
like, is that a different bet? It's a little gray
maybe,
area.
Yeah, okay.
It's kind of the same thing.
How about now this one? You'll see this on a bunch of tables. Some people call it the whirl, and then some people call it the world bet.
Mm-hmm.
What are those?
That is the horn numbers and the NE7. So it's another combination bet.
All right.
It's
So
usually made in $5.
So we're combining. You're saying the horn numbers. So that's the 2, 3, 11, and 12. So that's 4 numbers there plus the 7.
7. Yep.
So, and if you add those combinations up, that's how many combinations. You got 6 ways to roll 7.
Mm-hmm.
1 way to roll the 2 and the 12. So that's
12
9.
total combos.
Yeah, and then you got 2 and 2. So 12 out of the 36 total combinations. And how does that pay? Typically, do you remember? Like 5?
I don't know the shortcuts for it, but I do know. So this bet is a lot of times used on the come out roll.
Okay.
And let's just say it's $5 bet. So if the 7 rolls, it's a push because it gets paid 4-1. You have a $5 bet. So, or there's only $1 on the 7, right?
Right.
So you get paid 4, but you remember if it pays, it stays. You have 4 losing
Putting them back
bets.
up. That's right.
So you win 4, you lose 4. It's a push.
All right. So it's
Now-
kind of a protection kind of
Yeah,
roll.
yeah,
maybe?
yeah. It's a little bit different than using the horn bet on the come out or the any craps or whatever. So some people like the horn bet, or I'm sorry, the world bet. And so the 2 and 3 again, those are going to pay 30
Right.
minus 4 losers, so 26.
Mm-hmm.
The 3 and 11 are going to pay 15 minus 4 losers or 11.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that's the world and the world with the D on there. Now we're getting into what I think is just like amazing, crazy stuff. And we're talking about the 15 hopping bets. All right.
Yeah, and I'm going to debate the 15. And
I
take a
know
couple
because
off
you're
that.
going to say they're already on the horn
Yeah.
in the middle.
And
But
you
like
won't
I
see
said,
them, you won't see them printed as hop bets.
you won't see them, but I need to get up to 85 to make this good for 85
I think we
Bears,
picked
Mike.
him up earlier, though, didn't we?
Yeah,
On
I don't know.
maybe the-
Whatever you take away, I'm going to add
Okay,
more.
okay.
All right. So, what is a hopping bet? What is technically a hopping bet?
Again, it's a one roll bet, but it has to be the exact combination of the dice, because a lot like the 6, there's 5 ways to roll the 6. Well, you got to tell me which one do you want to bet on? You want to bet on the 5-1? You want to bet on the 4-2, or you want to bet on the 3-3? So you got to tell me exactly which combination, and you got to bet on that to win that bet.
For one roll.
One roll. Yep.
And then what are they going to pay you for that? Like on that 6, what do you think?
Everything pays 15 to 1 again, unless it's the hard way.
Okay.
So so this is what I was challenging you about, the 2 and the 12. If you think about those are hard ways,
Right.
right? The dice have to match a 1-1 or a 6-6. Well, a hard 6, a 3-3. There's only 1 out of 36 ways to roll that, so they pay you 30 to 1. So if you're doing a hard way hop, it's going to pay 30.
Okay.
The easy ways, they all pay 15 to 1.
All right. So there's a lot of different combinations when you add up the
Yeah, well, like you just said,
numbers.
So the 6,
yeah.
there's the 5-1 or the 1-5. They just count
Right.
as one. And then the 4-2, 2-4, and then the hard way, the 3-3. So there's 3 on the 6. The 8 has 3, and then
It
the
drops
5
down.
and 9 has
It drops down.
5 and 9. There's no hard way to roll.
Yeah.
5 and 9.
5, 4, 4,
So there's
5.
2 each.
Mm-hmm. Now, do you have to bet? Do you have to say 5-4 or 4-5, or is it the same thing?
No, you just pick one. So
Okay.
I mean, you could see how they're printed. I don't know if the low numbers, but a lot of people will go like, "Hey, give me a 54,"
Okay.
or or if they throw in $2, like hop the 9s, then a dealer might go, "Oh, he wants both of them." But usually there's going to be some communication there. You got to clarify. But like if you wanted the easy 10, the 6-4, you know, give me a 60, hop the 6-4, give me a 64 or a 46. It's probably interchangeable, but
How about on the hard way, like on a hard 4? Could you say hard 4 in the middle and hop the? Well, no, that's different though, because if you do a hard 4, it stays up till it's resolved.
we haven't got to that. Those
Yeah.
categories. But
hey,
yeah, we're talking about the one roll, a hop. You can hop
yeah,
the hard
so
way.
it's different. Yeah, it's
Yep.
different. So you can literally hop a hard way.
Mhm.
Okay. Yeah, that's pretty amazing. So we've got all those and all those different combinations for one roll.
Yep.
So people make those bets because
They're
It's-
gamblers.
they're gamblers and they
pay
want
good.
they pay good compared to the place bet or whatever else. But
Yeah, and
again,
some people you can use it as a hedge bet. So
uh-huh.
let's say you have a don't pass number. Let's say the don't pass is on the 4, and so you're yes, you are the favorite and you should win, but you're afraid of that 4 rolling. So you could cheaply bet on the hopping 4 to kind of protect that.
Okay. So it's hedging purposes or
Hedging
just
purposes,
gambling.
or just gambling, straight up gambling.
Yeah.
Or you got a hunch.
But I kind of look down sometimes on the hoppers, but they, I've seen it work out for them too. They hit a couple of them, and you've got a big pile of money to,
Well, yeah.
quote
So if
unquote
you
house
think
money.
about,
Yeah,
if you think about the game roulette,
yeah, that's what I was getting ready to say.
these are hot bettors.
Yeah,
They got one chance for the number to roll. They pay a little better if you pick the number directly. I think you get paid 35 to 1.
something. Yeah, I think so. It depends on
Yeah,
the wheel and
then-
how many
So
zeros.
these ones you
and
only
stuff.
get paid 30 or 15.
Mm-hmm.
But there's more ways to roll it. But a comparable would be a hard way hop where you get paid 30.
Okay.
So yeah, it's just it's essentially like playing roulette. I
Okay.
guess you're just
Okay.
hey, I think if that number is going to come up.
It's
and you bet
playing
it.
roulette with a very small wheel.
Yeah.
Okay. So that transitions to our next one as we head toward 85. We're at 53 through 58. We're going to be talking hard ways and other multi-roll bets in the middle, basically. And that would be the hard 4, hard 6, hard 8, hard 10. And then they talked about the big 6 and the big 8, which I know we're not fans of and we don't support. And a lot of places won't even let you make them.
Yeah.
But we probably should mention them because
Sure.
I need to get to 85.
Okay.
So.
Got to get to 85.
Got to get to 85. So first off, what's a hard way bet? Again, it's the one specific combination of the dice. So for a 4, it's got to be 22. A deuce on one and a deuce on the other. It can't be the 3-1. The 6 has to be the 33. Can't be a 5-1 or a 4-2. 8 can't. It has to be a 44. It can't be a 5-3 or a 6-2. So all those you need to get hit before either easy way 8 rolls or a 7 rolls for you to win on those. And typically they pay what on those? Like
7 to 1 and 9 to 1. Yeah.
9 to 1 and 7. And why the difference between the two, Jeremy? Why the difference between 7 and 9?
There's more ways to lose on the 6 and 8. So you have more.
There's
lose
one
with all the
additional
6
combination, right?
Yeah, you lose with all the 7s, and then you lose with all the easy ways.
Okay. So the more easy ways you have to lose, they will compensate you at 9 to 1. But even though we both know they built a house edge into that number as well too.
Yeah. Well, let's break it down. So there's 6 ways to lose with the 7. Then let's take the 6. There's the 5-1, the 1-5, the 4-2, and the 2-4.
All right.
So there are 10 ways to lose, 1 way to win.
Right.
So they should pay you 10 to 1. They don't. They pay you 9 to 1.
9 to 1.
Right.
Okay.
And so the house edge is something like 9%, I believe, 9 or 10%.
Yeah. So it's built in right from the get go on those.
Just because they don't pay you fairly for that chance you're taking.
For the risk you're taking.
Yeah, you're taking a 10 to 1 risk. They pay you 9 to 1.
And by the way, what do they say is the absolute best bet in the casino?
The odds bet.
Yes.
Right. They don't take anything from it.
You can lose with the odds bet too.
Did we skip over the odds?
No, I think we spoke a little bit at the beginning, didn't we?
I
hope
think
we did.
We did the pass line and come and didn't even mention the odds, did we?
Maybe we didn't.
I don't know. Because we would have talked about, well, you could put on odds on all the different numbers, so that would raise your count. You can do odds
yes.
on 4,
So whatever you're knocking me down, I'm going to count odds bets to get me back up to 85.
Okay.
All right. So, but yeah, we should probably mention odds.
Well, let's finish hard ways, I guess.
All right, finish hard ways. Okay.
And we'll go backwards to the best bet in the casino.
Yeah, the best bet in the casino. Yeah. So hard ways, we've got those. They take a little squeeze out, 10% on that. And then the other two on this list were the big 6 and big 8, which a lot of places have taken off their felt because it's not a good bet.
Yeah, I know Atlantic City, so I guess it's a state law, but for player protection, they won't allow you to have it just because it's bad for the consumer. A big 6 and 8 is a bet on the 6 or 8, but it pays 1 to 1.
Right.
When you can get paid 7 to 6.
Right up at the top.
By just asking the dealer to do it. So they say that's predatory, and a lot of places removed it.
Okay. So that finishes up that little category there. Anything else you want to add on the hard ways?
Probably, as far as proposition bets, they're the most popular because they're not one roll bets. So you'll see, as far as the middle of the table, those are the most heavily bet. A lot of action.
Very much so. Very much so.
Kind of a combo. They don't pay 30 or 15, but they do play pretty good at 9 or 7. But they're not one roll bets. So that's why people.
And your $5 will go a long way, and then
yeah.
Then you're talking parlay and doing other kind of stuff. So you never know when lightning can strike on those.
I've actually done a video on breaking down the cost per hour. And if you, on a $10 table, if you were to make $1 hard way bet, because they're not one roll bets, even considering the house edge, they are actually cheaper per hour to play than a pass line with odds. So it's a
wow.
Yeah.
So it's not, per hour.
Yeah, per hour if you break it down. It's not, it's not going to make or break you if you throw in a couple bucks on the hard ways and like them and have fun with them. So I know some people would be like, the house edge is, either 9 or 11%. Yeah, but it's $1 and it's not a one roll bet. You're okay. It's okay.
Okay. All right.
I would say
Right.
in the color up book, it's an okay bet if you like.
Okay. So it gets thumbs up. Yeah.
Mathematically not smart, but it's a fun bet and very cheap bet.
Okay. All right. So do you
The
want
other
to back
one roll
up?
bets I would say stay away from.
Stay one. Do you want to back up for the odds now? Take a dramatic pause.
I mean, I guess we should probably cover the most important bet in craps.
The best bet in the casino.
That's what everyone tells you.
Yeah. So what are they talking about? Why do they say it's the best bet in the casino?
Well, we've mentioned a lot of times that they never pay you properly for the risk you're taking, and the difference is the house edge. And with the odds bet, they don't do that. They pay whatever it is, whatever your odds of winning and losing, they pay it fairly.
Proportional. That's right. Fairly. So if you're risking 2 to 1, you'll get paid 2 to 1.
2 to 1. Yep.
There you go. And that's why little come betters like me give it a try. But I know mathematically it doesn't make sense a lot of times until you get up to the 10 times odds and above. But
not there. You can't compare them to place bets, and I have lots of videos about that. But you're talking about long-term math. Here's what I would say about this. So a $10 place bet with no odds, pass line bet, and then a $10 pass line bet with 100 times odds. So this guy has got 110 bet. No.
Yeah, if it's 100 odds, 10 times odds.
This guy has $10
total.
bet. The guy with 110 has mathematically a lower house edge bet combined with, but he's making a $110 bet.
Right.
At the end of the day, because that's what it's about, long-term math, at the end of the day, both of them are expected to lose 14 cents.
But
So it doesn't matter if you make 100 times odds or no odds. If you're worried about math, it doesn't make a difference.
it's going to
Now-
be 14 cents.
Yeah, the expected loss over time is 14 cents. Now, obviously, if you roll the number and win, you'd love to have $110 on it. But if you roll the 7 and lose,
You got to roll.
don't
You
want
got to play a lot more to make up that for that 14
yeah.
cents
So
at the end of the day.
just, all it does is increase your volatility. It doesn't help or hurt either the player or the casino. Now, the reason I think it's casinos love, hey, make an odds bet.
The phrase that pays. Yeah.
You're putting in, they're always teaching greatest bet, best bet. If you can afford it, it's the way to go. But what they're doing is they're trying to tell you, hey, make an additional bet on the number.
More money.
That's not going to, long term, it doesn't help you or hurt you. It's just, now you're going, instead of $10 a roll, now you got $110 a roll. And most people, when they go to the casino, are underfunded. So like if you're making $110 bets, that's only going to last you so long, right?
Right.
So the casino banks on that, and they know unless you're properly bankrolled, if you're making odds bets, that's
not going to last too long.
It's gonna, it's going to be in their favor just because of volatility reasons. So that's why I'm always like, a lot of old school books will tell you, pass line and then as many odds as you can. It's stupid to play unless you do max odds. And I'm like, let's tap the brakes a little bit. If you can afford it, yes, mathematically, great bet. But you got to know it's going to churn your money quicker.
Okay.
So,
So if it's a $10 table and I'm doing like single, double odds, and some people are betting,
it's
quarters,
still great. It
third
lowers your
down.
house edge. Like single odds takes you from 1.4% down to 0.8%. Double odds, it goes down to 0.6%. Combined.
Right.
Combined bet. But now you're betting $30 instead of the 10. If you could afford the 30, that's the way to do it, right?
Right.
But don't let anyone twist your arm. You'll get those dealers. Where's your odds? Where's your odds? And I always tell them, how about you give me some money so I can play this great, amazing bet? Because I can't afford it, right? Or,
Right. There's only so much
Yeah,
money in the
so-
bank. And then the other thing with odds we should definitely point out is, again, we mentioned a little bit with the lay bets and kind of thing. You have to bet twice as much to win, usually half as much, or whatever.
If you're doing
proportional
lay
number.
odds.
If you're doing lay
If
odds.
you don't, yeah.
If you're a don't player.
Yeah, because you're the favorite, so you're either going to bet you're going to get paid 2-1, or 1-2, 2-3, or 5-6. So
That's right.
you got to bet more to win back less. It just depends on what number you're on.
Okay.
So it's more expensive to be a dark side player.
And you have to definitely have a much bigger bankroll.
You
if
need
you're
a
gonna
bigger
be
bankroll.
Yeah.
Yeah, unless
Okay.
you just get lucky and win every time.
All right.
So-
And who knows? It happens.
Yeah.
All right. So enough about the odds, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Now we're
that
going
one.
into everybody's
done
favorite.
that one. We should have done that one earlier because that's a little controversial, and at this
Yeah.
point, everyone's already turned off the podcast. Let's be honest.
Yeah. No, we still got a solid 14 listeners right now.
No, there's a
And
question. There's a great one here. Are odds calculated when a casino rates a player? Typically, no.
Typically, no, but
as far
it
as
depends.
like for comps and stuff.
It depends because on our podcast we had your buddy over at the GSR said that, hey,
They
no,
do.
it's your money and you're betting it. Absolutely.
Yeah, some
So-
do, but it's very, very rare. The majority of them will just they won't count it. It doesn't count as money towards what they consider for comps because they don't have an edge on it. So they're like, yeah, doesn't mean anything to them.
But you know what? For the guys who don't have an edge on it, they certainly do win.
That's what I'm saying because players are under bankrolled and they know, like you're gonna come in, stick around for a little bit. They're gonna win it. Like
They're gonna win it.
That's why I cringe when people are like, you have to play the pass line and max your odds out. I'm like, ugh.
Yeah,
just
maxing the
telling-
odds out is
yeah.
just way.
You're just
way
telling
too
players to just
expensive.
dump all your money on gambling when and if you want to play that way, that's fine, I guess. But I don't
It's a
know.
lot of money.
There's a little more to it than the long-term theoretical mathematical.
Yeah, because
breakdown
like
of
you
that.
said, we're only there for a little while.
Yeah.
Only there for a little while. All right, heading into the middle of the field and specialty bets now. So we didn't
Good,
talk
we got
about
3
that
minutes
big.
to wrap all this up.
Okay, let's do it quick. All
Not
right,
that we have to. But
I know. What's the field?
the field is a one-roll bet. It's usually considered a proposition bet as well,
Mhm.
but there's a bunch of numbers in there.
Okay, so
It's
Two-
what it's missing
yes,
is the most likely numbers 5, 6, 7, and 8. So if you roll any of those numbers, you lose.
So
there are
20
no
ways to lose, 16 ways to win on
Yeah.
that one,
Mhm.
and then we're
And it's
starting
fun.
To hit,
It's known as like a beginner's bet because it's real easy. You go, oh, if I put my $1 there or my 5, or whatever, my table
yeah,
minimum,
10, whatever,
my $10, if any of those number rolls, then I win.
and you win even
an
money on
even
most
money.
of them. Usually on the 2 or the 12, they'll double it
double or
up,
triple,
yeah, or sometimes triple. And the house edge gets down from what 5% down to what? With
5.5
the,
down to 2.5
2.5
if they
with
pay
the triple.
on a number. Yep.
Yeah, so that's pretty doggone good.
It's not bad, but again, it's going to churn. So, like I said, a hard way is one of the cheapest bets. The field bet is the most expensive bet. Even though the house edge is pretty low, it's because you're making a minimum table bet, like
One roll.
$10, but it's one roll. So it churns so fast, it becomes the most expensive bet on the craps table.
Wow.
So beware.
Beware.
I'll use it and I show it, and it's fun sparingly. But if your plan is to go every single roll, unless you get on a lucky streak, your money is going to churn fast. So
We're moving it. We're
that
moving
way.
in.
Yeah, people call it sucker bet for sure.
Yeah. So we're moving into the fast round here because now we're getting into the when we did the episode on the not the what did you call them, the side bets, and the first one they had on the list was number 60 was the fire bet. It had ride the line, which is another side bet. And
Yeah, I'm not going
there's-
to break them down. I've had
Yeah, yeah.
videos on all of them, but most tables in your local area are going to have one. Some have two, but they're going to have like one of these side bets that are usually you have to roll a certain combination of numbers or whatever, and they have bigger payoffs and bigger jackpots because the likelihood is very slim that you actually
House edge is very
accomplish it.
high.
So yeah, you said the fire bet.
Ride the line, which I've never seen anywhere, but you have.
Yeah, I've played
obviously.
that one in Colorado. Made a video about it. Yeah.
Okay, and then of course my personal favorite of all the side bets, which
And
is
I would
the
say
ATS.
most people's.
I love the ATS.
And some places called it the boom or bust, or they've renamed it because
uptown, downtown, all around.
they have to pay actually a licensing fee to the inventor of that game, and then after a certain period of time, then other companies just renamed it to avoid the licensing fee. But yeah, it's called a lot of different things, but that's a fun one. Everyone loves that one for some reason.
And then these repeater bet was 10 bets in that one. What's a repeater bet, by the way?
You make a bet that a number will repeat. So like you make a bet on the 2, you need the 2 to roll twice. If you make a bet on the 3 to repeat, you got to have the 3 to bet, or the 3 to roll 3 times to win the bet. The 4, you need to roll 4 times. The 5, you need to roll 5 times.
Okay, so it goes up.
Well, and then it's reversed because if you know the game of dice, so 6. If you make a repeater bet on the 6, it's got to roll 6 times. And then the 8, you don't have to roll 8 times because it's the same combo.
It's coming back down the hill on the other side.
Inverse. So 6.
Okay. So with the sister numbers on that. Are you a fan of that one? You like that one?
No, but I know like dice controllers love it because they say, I have certain numbers that, that repeat a lot on me. So they I would say stay away from these. They're all 15, 20, 25% house edge. These are all bad bets, but they're fun. So, why not?
You're going for the home run.
That's why people pay them.
Okay.
So yeah, they had some money. Gamble however you want. I'm not going to judge you for that, but
so just so you know, that gets me up to 74 bets on that one. Then we're up.
Because you're counting them all individually.
Yeah, I got
tall, small is kind of counted.
3.
You can count that as 3 separate ones.
Absolutely, that was 62, 63, and 64.
Okay, lucky shooter is one that you see on bubble craps a lot.
Hot shooter.
There's a lot more actually.
Bonus, point streak bonus. Fire bets. Yeah, that's all right. Fire bet 6-point version. Lucky shooter, high low bets, which we got in here, high low yo, and then I think we're there. I think we made
There's a field bet. Yeah, we've hit 85. There's a field bet like I've seen in casinos that they have fielder's choice. So they actually break up the field numbers in 3 different categories. So those are 3 different bets.
When I was in your town, that's the way it was, and I was very surprised on that. Never seen that before.
I know like where the 6 and 8 usually is on the table. A lot of people do an over or under 7, which is the dice going to roll over the 7 or under? Over is 8 through 12, or under is a simple bet.
And does it pay even, or is it? What does it do?
Not positive.
Okay.
It probably pays bad, but
yeah, I would think, and it's probably a 1-roll bet too, right?
Yeah, 1-roll bet.
Yeah, every last one of them. But yeah, that's every bet that I could find. I'm sure there are others that are out there as you're...
Yeah, I don't know if there's not other standard bets, but certainly there might be side bets that, we're not... Wizard of Odds website, if you just Google Wizard of Odds, he has a great breakdown of... Some have expired and no one liked them and they disappeared. But he usually has it broken down with all the math and the odds and probability and payouts for all the side bets that have been or ever was.
Yeah, it's you can definitely learn a little bit about every one of the bets, but I hope we didn't take a new player and just like scare them off with all the different, or her off with all the different bets that we have, because
actually
it's a simple game, isn't it?
It's a simple game. You bet on a number. If the dice roll the number, you win. I actually just finished filming a video before we went on the air. I'm going to call it like Gambling for Dummies or something, but I'm using the KISS method, right?
Keep it simple. Keep it simple.
Stupid.
Yeah, that's right.
And so I just do a pass line, the 6 and 8. Keep it simple, and the video actually turned out pretty well. So
awesome.
As much as there is an opportunity to bet all those bets, sometimes it's in your best interest to just keep it simple.
Slow your roll, literally.
And certainly just make bets on the bets that you understand. Maybe it's probably not the best idea to copy the guy next to you, whatever he's saying and doing. Bet the
And
ones
whatever you
understand.
do, don't pass and put it on the pass line.
Yeah, that would be a big no-no.
And not
One of the
recommended.
biggest no-nos you could do.
Not recommended out there. But,
So a whole new category, not to blow your mind.
Uh-oh.
Craps.
Oh, we didn't. We we did a show on that one, but yeah, I could have added some more.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I would have lost some of the lay bet ones, right?
Yeah, because usually you don't bet the don'ts. And
Usually.
most won't allow lay bets, so yeah, you may have lost a few there.
Mm-hmm.
So there's probably not as many on crapless craps, and that's why they try to simplify it a little bit.
Keep it simple with their higher house edge.
Keep it simple, but it raises the bigger take for the casino. So
Absolutely.
beware of that game.
Yeah, but anyway, I think this was a great title and a great subject for tonight because there are a lot of different ways, and I appreciate 85 Bears Mike, one of our club members in our Discord, and if you want to learn more, want to hang around with us, you can join the club. Was it colorup.club or something like that, and you can figure out how to join if you so desire to, and hit us up at what's this like at DiceCon and join some of the exclusive events
tonight. I think.
Yeah.
We definitely hit our 85.
Yeah, so it was good. It was good for 85 Bears Mike on there. But we will definitely move into the Monster Roll. Any final thoughts as we're moving ahead?
Yeah, I mean, you brought up a good point and bring up just don't be intimidated. Watch my videos, learn the bets. In most of them, just keep it simple. If you don't understand them, yeah. But there's so many bets that you don't even need to bother with.
Stay away from the middle.
That's probably a good
rule of thumb
recommendation.
Rule of thumb. Yeah.
So that'll save you a lot of heartache. But it is gambling, so you do what you want and have fun. But yeah, I think we could wrap it up there.
Yep.
And we'll probably see you next week. I don't know. Actually, we have to discuss that. But
another cruise.
Yeah. I got stuff going on, Jim.
Okay.
But this was a fun one. And so until next time, good luck on coloring up. And I think I should do something like for editing purpose, like
boom.
I don't know, because I always trying to find that point where because the Monster Roll I usually edit off for our podcast listeners. But
so you want to go like this?
YouTube, we want to answer the questions. Yeah. See the big spike.
All right. Let's see. I'll start at the top. You start at the bottom. We got some questions popping in now, I think. So let's see.
Shooter Crap City, just want to say thanks for running the strategy. That it turned out to be a good one.
That was that was a really good one. It's got a lot of views.
It's
yes,
pretty
sir.
simple. You just get 3 hits and then you're in the money. So it was a good one.
Mm-hmm. And it helps to have a good roll like that too.
Yeah,
it helps.
You get those comments like, "Oh yeah, sure, any strategy." That's true, but I only filmed them one time, and it is what it is.
And you also, the last roll, you said, "Hey, let's see what would happen if, it."
Yeah, luckily I did get a bad roll in there because I'm like, oh, I don't know,
man, because it would go on forever.
Yeah, I did get like a 0.7 out, right?
Yeah, and then here was our good friend, was it Chibi? Sandman. Yeah.
Sandman.
So he said, "Love the title concept. Great to be here live while I get some late night tasks done for work. So we're glad you're keeping us company, and we're glad to have you on. And thanks for contributing over there."
He's still here around because he just said, "Have either of you checked out the outdoor tables at Atlantis, Bahamas?" I was just there and unfortunately found out about them as we were getting back on the cruise. Not in Atlanta, Bahamas, but I have played outdoor tables, and usually they're small tub ones. But I know in Vegas there's the Golden Nugget, Tropicana. Well, Tropicana's gone. I don't know. There's some places that have outdoor tables. They're kind of fun.
Yeah, we were. I played at Atlantis in the Bahamas, but I never played an outdoor table there. But I will be going there toward the end of April, so I'm going to try to get over there and check it out. I had no idea. But then again, if you've got a be a member of the resort to get to the outdoor tables, then I'm probably not going to have time or money to do that. But I will duck into Atlantis because it's fun to kind of go over there and check out the stuff and do a little mall walking, people walking.
Where he says pass line bet can be made after the come out. What's your opinion? We covered that. Technically, it's called a put bet. It doesn't make sense to do it. The house edge is based off of that huge advantage you have for the come out roll. You're better to make a place bet. If you want your number, you can place the point.
Yeah, because you're just going to get paid even.
Yeah, you
money.
just get paid even money. Now, when it does swing back, like I said, if you're going to do 20 times odds, which most casinos don't allow, but then it would be okay. But otherwise, that is not a intelligent move.
Okay. So let the buyer beware. Yeah, get it? Buyer, let the buyer beware. Ken, hello. Is anybody listening? All right, let's see. Here's one here. Just checking in. Anthony saying hello early in the show. And that was awesome there. And we got, let's see, this one here was toward the front. Another little comment from Shooter Kratz. It's fun when you hit the parlay hard ways. Yes. Mm-hmm. If you got the guts and the glory to...
Yeah, with just two hits, right? It goes from $1, it goes to 10, and then you win 100. Why not?
Yeah. And then some people start with 5 and do like 3 or 4 times.
Yeah, it goes to 50 and then 500.
Yeah, which is just like, whoa.
It's pretty fun for just a $5.
Oh, yeah, for fun. Yeah, it's real money, though.
It is, real money. Just off Carnival Cruise, the field has gone up to $5. So what are their table limits there? I mean, they all differ usually, but
I think last time
they must have been $1. Like I know in Royal Caribbean, they treat the field as a proposition bet, so you can bet $1, which is how it should be because it's such a bad bet. But yeah, that's sad to hear that they're raising their field. But
I think their minimum is 10 now, also.
Okay, so it's a little it's a little cheaper than minimum bet, but
yeah,
soaking you a little more. You don't want to hear that.
Let's see what else we got on here, if anything, because I know we got a lot of people watching the end of the race. I'm sure. I don't see anything else up here. Looks like we got 12.
Table by the pools was warped from the moisture and sea air. I mean, that doesn't concern a guy like me who's a random roller, but yeah, I could see dice controllers being what the heck?
Oh, my favorite is the dice controllers on the cruise ships. Like I said, I'm pulling for everybody, Jeremy, but we're on a moving boat with the waves and the rolling and
you gotta just calculate all that, Jim.
Is that right? Okay.
Yeah, you gotta know how many knots the boat's going, the wind, and then you can kind of time between the waves and it's all part of the calculation, Jim. If you know what you're doing.
I'm sure, but and I'm not making fun of anybody. I'm not trying to piss anybody off. Like I said, I'm pulling for you. But
just teasing you a little bit.
I just don't, I don't know.
Atlantis also brings in the big fish. Crazy to see some guys buying for $10K.
Oh,
That's why
yeah.
I like to go to the Bellagio sometimes and watch the guys because they'll bet, they'll buy in for 20, 50,000, and then you'll see like 1,000 on all the numbers or 5,000.
Yes.
Whoa,
crazy. we saw something similar exactly at Atlantis. My wife and I went in there. And Bonnie Boo and I were in there, and I bought in for like $200 or $300. And the guy on the other end had at least 75, 80,000 in his rack. And he's, just stacking up chips on all these numbers. And I'm just losing my mind. And then we were there 5 minutes or something. We're playing, and he just walks away. And he leaves his $80,000 in chips right there to go to the bathroom. I was just like, whoa.
Did they put a towel over it or anything, or just?
No, just walked away.
Raw dogged it, huh?
Yeah. But then again, when you see those big giant yachts and mega yachts and super yachts out in the harbor, you know who's on that one, because I doubt anybody getting off a Carnival Royal Caribbean ship is doing that.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, it's got to be somebody else who's going to be there. But yeah, that's a big
Yeah,
big
one of my
fish
things I
over
want to
there.
do is visit Monte Carlo at once. You know, because
That would be really cool, just
one
to
of the
go
richest
inside and
towns,
watch.
and then see
Yeah.
those guys play. No craps, but watch them play their high limit roulette would be pretty.
Oh, they don't have craps in Monte Carlo?
I don't think so.
Really?
I could be wrong, but
Okay. So don't believe all the James Bond movies you watch there. Yeah, roulette.
Jim.
Yep.
Next week, I will be traveling to a cruise port.
Okay. Well, let me tell you, the week after that,
After that, I'm staying in Florida because I'm going to a wedding for my family. So
Okay. So it'd have to be a remote thing for you.
yeah, which I haven't been a big fan of the remote stuff. So
Okay, maybe not.
we might be taking 2 weeks off.
2 weeks off. Hey, let them go. That's why we try to stay ahead, so we can keep
We
feeding
got a couple
Apple
in
and
the bank,
Spotify. Yeah. Money in the bank there. All right, so it's going to be a little. So if you guys who are the regulars have any suggestions, like 85 Mike did, you can throw them in the comments or throw them in the comments on YouTube or something. I'll look in there and see if we
we'd
can
love to
get
cover some
something.
topics.
Yeah, whatever you guys think we need to cover or you'd like to see us cover on that. So yeah. So 2 weeks off. All right,
I think
easy
so.
peasy.
That's
Yeah.
probably- Unless we get a guest for you, but the following you were going to mention, you're going to say you're
Yeah, I
back,
was going
right?
to say the following week the Saturday, the what was it, the first, second,
first
yeah,
Sunday.
second. So I'll be back from being out of town that afternoon, so that I could be here if you were going to be here. So, but like you said, if you want to have a guest host or if you want to just push it back, that's totally up to Mr. Color Up, right? So,
Yep. All right, we'll see.
whatever he wants to do, or a guest, or
No more comments. So appreciate you guys
yeah,
hanging in, and yeah.
you cruising dog. Tell
I'm
him,
torn.
Pete.
So I don't really need points, and I need to wait until the Royal Caribbean's
Calendar year, right?
calendar year or fiscal year, whatever they call it, is April 1st. So, like, getting points now is kind of useless.
So what's the point? Get it? Yeah.
I probably just dabble a little bit for fun, and then
Pick it
my
up
next
again.
Cruise after April 1st, I'll start earning my
There you
points
go.
again.
All right. Well, that's good.
So there might not be too many stories to tell, but
You never know. Never.
I got to play some.
Hey,
it's
what's
there.
the name
Just
of the
call my
new?
name.
What's the name of the new video that's coming out? Keep it
Well,
simple.
Yeah, I don't know. So it might be confusing. I was gonna do like playing craps for dummies or something, but then because that's such a recognizable
Brand name,
book
yeah.
and name and brand
Mhm.
name, but Kiss might be too. I don't know, but it's like, yeah, the video is all about Kiss.
Okay.
So I don't know if I title it that or not, but I don't know when in the schedule because.
Oh,
like I
so
said,
you
because I'm
got
leaving-
some in the pipeline already.
Yeah, I've got like 3 in the stage of that are filmed. I need to do like 3 more this week, filmed and edited, and so I can kind of schedule them out. So I don't know how that's going to work out, but
Okay. It's gonna be a little bit of time. All right.
if I'm leaving for 2 weeks, I got to get all the videos prepared.
A lot of work with Color Up, and the editing staff is holding strong.
Yeah, the staff is hanging in there.
Not dogging out the staff. That's good. Treat the staff well. Yeah.
I'll try to tell him tonight not to work too late.
Yeah.
He's got to do some recovering. But,
That's good. That's good.
I am the staff, so
Yeah. The staff and I.
I get emails every once in a while like, yeah, I really appreciate the team, your team and stuff, and I'm like, team.
You're a one-man team.
What you talking about, Willis?
Yeah.
I'm a one-man team. I
Oh,
kinda
this
like
is
it that
funny.
way.
This is funny. Is I give the staff a free vacation.
Yeah.
Free cruise vacation.
Yeah, I will. The staff.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Maybe my wife gets to be an honorary staff member.
I wouldn't think she would be. She's a what?
I don't know. She's like a
Co-producer, board member,
member.
yeah, or something. Yeah, that would be
she-
a better term.
Yeah, I get to bounce things off of her, but
Yeah.
other than that, she don't really care less.
Yeah.
You're the closest I got to staff. You're an unpaid unpaid staff member.
Hey, it's fun though. Like I said, I'd love to hang out.
And we're going on a cruise together. We
Yes.
can't divulge too much or whatever
Yeah.
yet. Or I think we did mention in if you're a club member, we did mention it. But
Yeah,
I think we did.
I think we did.
Yeah, we did.
So it was in.
So
I think
if you're interested in joining the Color Up
after.
podcast
Yeah.
staff, join the club and see when our date is, our secret date. But
Yeah.
we got a date together.
Yeah. It's gonna be fun.
I hope so.
Oh, I think it's gonna be great. I'm looking
I
forward
mean, what
to
could
it.
go wrong?
Nothing.
Nothing. It's a cruise. I mean,
It's a
or
cruise.
hurricane, I guess.
Yeah,
Although we're
we'll be.
we're going off the west coast.
Yeah,
Over there,
so-
you get typhoons.
Yeah. So no hurricanes. Right. No problem, Mom. So, yeah, no problem. So it's just a typhoon. So,
Yeah, just a typhoon. Okay,
We'll
we're
roll.
dragging this on, and you got to
Yep.
finish watching the race.
yeah. It's only 5 laps to go.
Oh, okay. All right.
All right. Well, have a good night, everybody.
Good night, everyone.
Au revoir.